Do you not have this beautiful or farming handsome guy? No problem. Our short president is here and you should not look down on her.
Hey, don't look down on me!
Koleda Bellabog, the best alternative stunner for Evelyn. Koleda is the most underrated stunner in the game right now. For a while, she's been on the sidelines since she doesn't really have that many teams she can work with or at least bring her full potential. Yes, she can be used on far characters and with Bellabog members, but a lot of players look down on her. Mainly because we don't have a lot of fire DPS that she can prove her worth on, except Soldier 11, and I guess you can also use her with DPS Ben, but that's only for people that are into pain. We're not even gonna go into that rabbit hole. But all of that aside, Evelyn is here, and her best in slot stunner is Lighter. And since you're watching this video, you probably skip him for different reasons. I also skip him too since the next banner after him is Miyabi. And let's be honest, pulling for Miyabi is the best decision for every Zenless Zone Zero players. You don't have Lighter and you still pull for Evelyn? Now what? Don't you guys worry. I'm also in the same predicament and we have our short queen here to help us with our Evelyn team comp. You guys probably already have her from losing too many 50-50s or you just want to have her so you pick her on the S rank selector. To give you a brief summary on what Koleda can do, she is a burst stunner that relies a lot on her EX attack. The damage she deals increases by 30% when she uses EX attack or consume furnace fire to use an enhanced basic attack. So you should always have her energy high and have her on field to do basic and stun the enemy. To add more into what she can give to Evelyn, when another agent in your squad shares the same attribute or faction, her additional ability can debuff the target, and also when the enemy is stunned, all chain attack deals 35% more damage and can only stack 2 times. Though it's not that crazy, it's still helpful for Evelyn since her damage relies a lot on her chain attack. Based on Koleda's kit, now you can see why she's the stunner we, Lighter Skipper, need for our Evelyn. Now let's see this in action. A little disclaimer on the Evelyn run I'm gonna show. I'm not a pro Zenless Zone Zero player, so you can see that my play is very casual since I am one. I tried my best on this run and I wouldn't even pretend that I know all the techs. If you want to know more advanced stuff about Evelyn's playstyle, I really recommend watching Abel's video about chain combos and you will learn more about it in details. I'm doing this run on Shield Defense Critical Node Frontier 7 on the first stage. I'm also gonna show the second stage using Evelyn later. As you guys can see, I use Astral skills to go to a position where I can use Evelyn's assist, and EX so I can group the mobs and immediately switch to Koleda and do EX for the stun, then chain attack with Evelyn to kill the mobs. Now for the dog ethereal. I don't really have a plan for it, but what I'm doing is trying to use my parries on Koleda so I can deal stun since the enemy always does yellow indicator. I will use that to build stun and have Evelyn on field more to deal damage and build her stacks for chain attack. When the dog is stunned, I will do Evelyn's chain attack first, then Astra's chain attack, and cancel to save time. After that, I can switch to Evelyn and activate her stack so I can do chain attack again. After that, activate ult, and then switch to Astra so I can use her ult too. Then activate another Evelyn chain attack and build her stacks to do another chain attack. That's 5 chain attack including the ult. Then do that rotation again until I defeated the enemy. Now the next stage on Frontier 7. These enemies doesn't have fire weaknesses, so this run is a bit slower than the first stage. But you can see that I will do the same rotation that I did, but I will use Koleda more on field because this enemy doesn't activate the yellow indicator that much. That's why I adjusted my playstyle. To give more tips on using Koleda with Evelyn, when building the stun, the parries are your friends. Since you're always gonna parry using Koleda when you're dealing damage with Evelyn. This is the most comfortable way to play them together since Evelyn is always on field to build stacks for chain attack. Like I said earlier, there are times that you might need to adjust that playstyle and use Koleda's dodge counter if the enemy doesn't do much yellow indicator. It's an easy adjustment, and if a casual player like me can do that, then you can too. Also, as you can see, I'm using Astrayao. She's a very good support for this team since she gives extra chain attack for Evelyn. If you don't have her, don't worry because we have a lot of free-to-play options that you can use like Lucy, Nicole, and even Rina. Of course, the rotation will be different but only minor changes, and you will also lose that extra Evelyn chain attack. Here's the time that we achieve on Shield Defense Frontier 7 on both stages. The time could be much better and improve on, but as someone who doesn't know the advanced text, it's a very good representation for most Zenless Zone Zero players who's gonna use Koleda with Evelyn. Koleda is a stunner that you should not look down to. In my opinion, she's the most fun stunner in the game right now because I always think of her like Stunner Jane though. Her dodge counters are very satisfying to use and even deals a good amount of days. Koleda might be lacking in height and her stats, but her usefulness can be utilized now since Evelyn is here to take advantage of her kit. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this kind of video where I try different teams and alternatives for team comps. Like I said at the start, I'm not a pro player. I only base this video on my own experiences and I think you guys can see Koleda's value now. Subscribe, like, and don't look down on Koleda please.